Hello Sagittarius and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for September the 1st through to the 15th. So we are in Virgo season and the words I got for you were time to go. Time to go. So let's see what, I'm sure there was a card that came in. Okay. Decisions and directions, the Two of Feathers, that's the card that's coming in. Perhaps the answer is time to go. So that might make more sense. Maybe it will, like, further into the reading, maybe it will make sense for you now, but we'll see. Two of Feathers, decisions and directions is the main energy. There's, some, probably a lot, not even just one decision, but a lot of decisions around the directions. Perhaps people are asking you for directions as well. Like, what should I be doing or where should I be going? So that's something that's coming through with this as well. But yeah, a lot of decisions to be making of where to next. And yeah, time to go was the message. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you, Saggy. Just on that note, speaking of things shifting and changing, there is a beautiful full moon that's occurring this fortnight on September the 11th, give or take a day, depending on where you are, in the sign of Pisces. And this is a very highly psychic and intuitive moon. Can also be where you're more sensitive to other people's energies. You might be picking up on some more things that are coming in for them. And it can lead to confusion even, because you're like, what's yours and what's mine? It's like, a blurring of the boundaries could come in. So this might be affecting the sense of hesitation or indecision that could come through with this Two of Feathers, the decisions and direction that come in. So what's shifting and changing? Gosh, if we can get a card to come out, that would be really great. The Sagittarius, I also want to let you know that this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. So always recommend to watch all three of your placements because it gives you a fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Sagittarius. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading. The link for that will be in the description box below. And I'm also excited to let you know I'm opening up to more different types of readings, plus also some one-on-one healing. So if you're interested in that, the link for that will also be in the description box below. Okay, Wand King, Cup 10. This is what's shifting and changing. The Cup 10 is happiness. The Wand King is, stepping into your leadership, knowing what it is you want, taking action on what makes you happy. Now, there's a lot of decisions around the direction that that's going to go in. So I feel like potentially you're heading down a new path that is going to make you happy, or wanting to at least. So that's what's coming in with this Sagittarius. So I do like this Wand King and Cup 10 energy. It feels very much like, yeah, I know what I want and I know what's going to make me happy, but for whatever reason, it almost feels like you're being pulled in a couple of different directions here, which is interesting, or perhaps there's like something blocking it from stepping into it at this moment in time. So yeah, interesting. We need more cards. We need to find out what else is happening with this reading. I feel like this, because we've got the Leo crown as well, this is something that potentially came up throughout Leo season. I'll turn this up the right way. The Four of Swords. So have a big think about it, because there's a bit of a challenge here. You're feeling a little bit out of sorts. The fact that you've turned upside down and everything's turning upside down now. Okay, the whole reading's turned upside down. I'm going to have to turn all this around because there's too many that are upside down. But they're kind of just giving me the message that something is kind of feeling like the direction, or something or someone's been going in is kind of feels like it's heading in a totally different direction now. Need to kind of turn something around, or you might be feeling very, very different. There's something that has been out of balance, is wanting to restore balance, but in a way that is unexpected, which is interesting. So we're going to turn all of these around for you, Sagittarius, because yeah, when this many are reversed, it's just not the right thing. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at it. Now I can actually read it properly. Four of Swords. Okay, this is the situation. What has been going through your mind? What are the stories that you've been telling yourself about something or someone? Do you need to kind of process something that's gone on here, or some kind of big narrative that's happening in your life at this moment in time? Because perhaps it's like you can rework that narrative, or perhaps you can think of a different ending, or perhaps there's things that need to kind of trawl through some of the details and go, right, what was that all about? So you are crossed by the Chariot card, which may mean that it's actually very hard to focus at this moment in time is kind of what I'm getting, because the Four of Swords is wanting to take some time out to think. And the Chariot is like, well, you can't think. You've just got all these things on your plate at this moment in time. You've got things that need to be addressed. There's challenges here. You just need to bring stuff into focus. And it's like, okay, but I'm trying to. I need time to think about it. So yeah, I feel like there could be some frustration around that process. Absolutely. In your conscious mind is you, okay? This is the card of Sagittarius, Temperance, and this is wanting to restore some kind of balance and harmony that's coming through, wanting to have the flow coming back. And I feel like you're going to be possibly really affected by this full moon energy that comes through. But, you know, the Temperance energy is maybe you're making some decisions to dip your toe back into something, maybe some new options and are kind of opening up that feel a little bit more like you. Maybe they're more aligned to you, or you're searching for this. So I feel like there's this kind of open curiosity that new paths might be opening up that you're not sure whether you're going to go down or not. Are they going to make you happy? Well, that's the big question that's coming in here. But you're kind of dipping your toe in anyway, or thinking about it. At the base, you've got the High Priestess. So your intuition is super, super strong. Like some of you might be having very amazing intuitive moments where you feel like you can read other people's energies, or you can just know what somebody's thinking or feeling. You might have some amazing dreams, or just even like psychic moments. So if you are already intuitive, this is where your intuition is going to amp up. Like for all of you, your intuition is going to amp up with the High Priestess is here and talking to you very, very strongly, your intuition that's happening. The High Priestess is also the secret keeper, like things are being revealed to you at this moment in time that perhaps you're uncertain about, you know, what the right direction for this is. So again, it's kind of like just waiting for the picture to become a little bit clearer. In the recent past, we've got the Five of Pentacles. So perhaps there's been a bit of a squeeze on the finances, or there's been like some big debts or something that's come in that's been something on the material realm might have been troubling or worrying you. Might have felt like something was missing, or there was a lack of something in your world. So that could have been something that's come in. You're like, I need to have a big think about this, and perhaps I need to kind of take something in a new direction or do something differently. The Five of Pentacles can also be some of you thinking about leaving an old form of income, like a job, or just the way you've been making money, like how the money cycles have been working for you. So yeah, it's interesting because it just feels like something hasn't really resonated, like something's kind of lost its resonance, and it's like, why is it not working, or why is this not feeling right now? So it's kind of like trusting, again, it's this sense of hesitation because something that felt quite solid no longer feels that way. So interesting, or felt right. Felt like that. I felt like I was, you know, maybe I was guided or down that direction, or I used to feel right, and now I'm kind of a bit hesitant about it again. So what direction should I take something in? In the near future, you've got the Six of Swords. So this is the card of being able to move on, which is really great. You're transitioning. You're moving on from an energy that potentially has been worrying you, or, you know, that like this Five of Pentacles, whatever this represents, I feel like you're moving on from any kind of worry or indecision around that. You're choosing a new direction, which is like, yes, I'm moving on from that. I'm finding a place of peace, which is really good, or moving on from somebody or a situation, or moving on from, this could be good if this is some kind of financial squeeze because you're moving away from it, which is really good. You're moving on from whatever felt like was lacking towards something that feels a little bit like more stable here, actually. I kind of get that sense. So Six of Swords is also the card of moving, like making a move, or moving, like if the Five of Pentacles is you're thinking of moving home or moving jobs, this is absolutely a really good time to be doing it. It's also the card of travel. So you might think, I just need to go away and clear my head and kind of get a sense of, but where to? That might be the big question. But I do feel like, yeah, working out a decision about what direction that you're heading in is going to be really important. You're presenting as the Ten of Pentacles. So this is kind of like the Ten of Pentacles is a good energy, but I also feel like it's almost like you've given all that you can to something. You've poured in as much as you can, and you're like, right now I feel like there's a new direction that's coming in here for me. So this has been something very solid and secure. But like I said, with the Five of Pentacles in the recent past, it's like it just hasn't felt the same as it used to for whatever reason, or just maybe the universe has kind of put the squeeze on to change something about it. So yeah, it's you're kind of looking at something big at your life in your life at this moment that you're shifting and changing and moving, perhaps transitioning and moving on from. So the Ten of Pentacles, it's something that was quite solid. So again, it could be some kind of work situation, or it could be, the Ten of Pentacles can represent family and home and all those big, secure things in our lives that, are meant to be in the ideal world secure, but, doesn't always present that way. But yeah, so the energy surrounding you, got the Two of Cups. So there's a significant relationship around you at this moment in time where, this could be the thing that's not resonating for you anymore, or something. Or maybe this person is going through a tough time. Maybe they're going through a little bit of a, something. Yes, there might be a real lack. Something's not coming in for them at this moment in time. And it's like, what direction? Again, it's all these decisions about the direction to head. Is this a relationship that's no longer resonating for you anymore? But it's, I feel like you're weighing up a whole heap of different options at this moment in time. So there is a very significant relationship that just feels like there's something shifting and changing in the dynamic. I still feel like there's something pretty solid here. That's the thing. So I would just say wait and be patient with it, because this person might get themselves together. Things might pick up for them, or things might shift and change in your relationship. If this doesn't have to be a love relationship, this can be a relationship with family, friends, work, bosses, anybody. But it's just a very significant relationship where it feels like something's gone missing for the moment. Something kind of, went missing, and it's like, we need to get a little bit of something back around that. Okay, so we've got, as hopes and fears, the Two of Pentacles. So this is where your energy is probably like a bit ambivalent as well. Like you're weighing things up, looking at different options, and kind of maybe going back and forth over some things like, should I do this? Should I do that? But the Two of Pentacles is also where something's potentially been a little bit out of balance. Maybe you've been juggling money. Maybe it's been juggling energy. Maybe your energy's been feeling stretched because you're working two jobs, or you're doing this over here and that over there, and working your needs and somebody else's needs. It's just feeling a bit like you've possibly got a lot on the go. You're juggling a lot, and it's a balancing act. It is 100% with the Two of Pentacles. So that in itself might be an interesting, tricky situation. But that's just a hope and fear as well. So it's just wanting to manage like this kind of energy where things feel like it's in a bit of flux and flow at the moment. Nothing's really landing or feeling quite solid. It just feels like things are in transition, like there's a transition phase that you're in at this moment. It's a very mutable kind of energy. But as an outcome, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So this is where everything slows down and starts to ground down, start to suddenly it's like, oh, okay, now I can see the direction. It is very slow moving, and I can see that it's better for my future, or better, feeling a lot more stable for the future. So something grounds down with this Knight of Pentacles, and it really is saying, take it slow, or it's giving you the message to slow down with something. Slow down. For whatever reason. And so that's actually what's coming through with the Knight of Pentacles. It is actually something somebody you can really rely on. So that's why I was kind of getting, if this is somebody that around you that's having trouble or really struggling with something, or it's, it just feels like there's something missing, whether there's something missing in your relationship, or they're not bringing in, they're just having a tough time for whatever reason. It's like, take it really slow. It will ground down, and something reliable will come in with this Knight of Pentacles, or you can rely on this person. This is kind of a person in your life for life, really. This is the sort of person that is always there when you need a person. So And if there's not necessarily a person in your life, it's just really your own needs that are being met here, something that you've been worried about that is coming in and bringing in some stability, which is kind of feels like, okay, I can take a deep breath now. Things are starting to slow down, whereas this all felt like it was in a bit of a whirl and a flux and some difficult decisions that have been made here. So we also have the Knight of Cups, like 2 knights. These knights seem really important because knights are all about the direction that you're going in and the action you're taking to move in those directions. And the fact that they've come in both so prominently, the element of earth, which is something to do with your money, your home, your health, and so your health and wealth, we are in Virgo season, so probably dealing with a lot of those sort of themes. But the Knight of Cups is also your emotional needs, where you're being drawn. In terms of, what's feeling good for you, this could be the card of love as well. The Knight of Cups, it can be very romantic, the Knight of Cups. So, but it's just about being able to follow your heart with something. So they're kind of saying your head might be going back and forth with a lot of things. There could be a lot going on inside your mind, multiple things that you're thinking of, and it kind of might not necessarily all land, and it might feel frustrating that you can't do it all at once. But it is kind of saying follow your heart with something. Listen to your heart, not necessarily your head, because there's probably a lot going through your head. Mars is in Gemini at the moment, so Mars is wanting to activate like a gazillion different plans, ideas, directions, and going, well, you could do this, you could do that. You might wake up one morning with like 10 million ideas and just going, I don't know which one to do. But this Knight of Cups is like, come back into yourself and check in with your heart. Where's your heart leading you at this moment in time? And then it's a sense of something's really going to land and ground down here with this Knight of Pentacles. And it's like, okay, this is something stable I can work with, rather than feeling like there's all these like things whirling around at this moment in time. So this actually feels good. It feels like you're positively moving forward. We've got two knights heading in the same direction. It's like maybe 2 people heading in the same direction as well. So if there's some kind of, things look a bit sketchy with a particular person in your life at this moment, I would just say be patient with it. Things are shifting and changing form. Like the Temperance energy, there's an alchemical shift and change that does require, something's being realigned. And I feel like both of you and another person are going to be feeling this within the dynamic. It doesn't mean that you're both doing the same thing or heading. It just means that you're both being realigned, and this relationship dynamic will be realigned perhaps, and it will eventually find that place of stability that's coming through with it. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Sagittarius. We have... Okay, this might have I do feel like this has got a lot to do with money for at least you or somebody else, or a partnership that's coming in, because it says, I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. Okay, I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. I am an unlimited being accepting from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. Okay, so, I mean, maybe this Mars and Gemini energy is coming up with a whole heap of different ideas, like for ways to be making money or forms of income in some way. But yes, something really does land here that becomes a lot more stable and reliable, which is good. Okay, let's see. We have skull and crossbones. Okay. So some paths are like danger, do not go down that path. And some paths are good and some paths are not so good. And so potentially when the skull and crossbones come in, it could be a barrier. There could be a no. There could be a don't go down there. Don't visit that. It's just... you might get a very strong sense that the universe is putting up some obstacles in your way. If that's the case, I would say that heed that. If you're getting a very strong message of just, or even because the High Priestess is there, she's like, the secret keeper. She's the revealer of the way, the revealer of the path. She's going to show you very clearly if a path is not right for you. So listen to that intuition. If you just get a gut feeling that something's not right, really trust that. Because, I think there's some very clear dead ends that you could go down, very clear options and choices that aren't great here. And so that's why we've got the skull and crossbones. That doesn't mean, like, that's actually good, because it means you're possibly going to be it's one of those things, obstacles can be detours in the right direction. You might think, I'm going this way, and then you're just getting nothing, or nothing back, or no results, or just a big no of some sort, of an obstacle of some sort of block, frustration, however that is. And that may be the universe giving you the skull and crossbones, saying, not the right direction for the moment. It may be later on, but for the moment you're getting no, don't go down that path. And they might be redirecting you to a new direction, and that is where the universe wants to take you. So it does require a little bit of adaptability on this behalf. So yeah, interesting reading, Sagittarius. I feel ultimately like you land in a good place and it all seems really good. You know, it's like, okay, all stations forward and feeling good about it. So that is your reading. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to see what's happening in the near future and the future beyond, because it's a sense of you're in a transition phase, you're moving on from an old energy, and you land somewhere pretty good and solid here that I think you're going to be happy with, or if there's two of you, both of you are going to be happy with. But it's like, okay, so where to next? Okay, what's happening further down the track? Where is this path leading you? Because it feels pretty, slow moving. But what's coming in? What sort of is some of these paths that we're getting the no for? Are they going to open up for you? Are different people going to be coming in? We're just going to explore it a little bit further into the future and see what's coming in, as well as just scratch under the surface, see if there's any intuitive messages or energy that you need to know. Whenever the high priestess is there's probably is more to be revealed within this, that sometimes you scratch under the surface and go, that's why that makes sense. That's why the universe is saying don't go down there. So some of that can come up as well in the extended reading. And we're also going to look at what the best way to work with this energy. So the best way to make the most of it and to get the optimum results of this energy. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. And also if you're interested in any of my new services, the link for that is also in the description box below. And yeah, I'm curious to know how this is resonating for you, Sagittarius. So please leave a comment, and yeah, please like, share if you think this will help somebody, and subscribe. And take care, Sagittarius. Look forward to seeing you next time.